I quit my job because my parents forced me to pay rent while my older siblings do nothing. I'm 15 and the youngest of 3 kids. My sister Emma is 18 and my brother Jake is 21. Here's the thing that drives me absolutely crazy. I'm the only one in our family who's ever had a job. Emma spends her entire day scrolling through TikTok and complaining about homework. Jake sits in his room playing video games and only comes out to raid our fridge. Neither of them has ever worked a single day in their lives. Meanwhile, I've been babysitting the neighbor's kids since I was 13 and working part-time at this coffee shop downtown for the past 6 months. I wake up at 6 in the morning before school to open the shop, then babysit 3 nights a week after homework. I was actually proud of myself for being responsible and earning my own money. I thought my parents would be impressed that their youngest kid had such a strong work ethic. Boy, was I wrong. 2 months ago, my dad sits me down and says the family needs my help with expenses. He wanted me to start contributing $200 a month for food and household stuff. I asked why Emma and Jake weren't being asked to get jobs and help out too. My mom jumps in and says Emma needs to focus on her senior year and Jake's college courses are too demanding for him to work. But apparently, my freshman year schedule and actual job weren't demanding enough to matter. I told them it wasn't fair that I had to support the family while my siblings got to be lazy. My dad got all serious and said life isn't fair, and since I was the one earning money, I needed to step up. So I made a decision that shocked everyone. I walked into the coffee shop the next day and gave my 2 weeks notice. I told all my babysitting families that I wouldn't be available anymore. I applied to volunteer at our local library instead because I want to study library science in college anyway. When my parents found out, they completely lost it. My mom started yelling about how irresponsible I was being and how I left the neighbors scrambling for childcare. My dad said I was being short-sighted and throwing away good work experience. I looked them dead in the eye and said I'd go back to work the day Emma and Jake got jobs too. Until then, I'd focus on my studies and volunteer work to build my college applications. The best part was when I called both sets of grandparents and explained what happened. My mom's parents were furious and called her immediately asking why they were forcing their hardest working grandchild to support the whole family. My dad's mom actually drove over that same night and had this huge argument with my parents about teaching kids fairness and work ethic. She kept asking why they were punishing me for being responsible while rewarding Emma and Jake for being lazy. Now my parents are mad at me for involving the grandparents, but I don't care. I have a college fund from my grandparents, so I don't need my parents' money for school anyway. Emma finally got a part-time job at the mall last week, and Jake's been applying places ever since Grandma told him he was being a mooch. Funny how quickly things changed when other adults called them out. I'm still not working for money, and honestly, I'm way less stressed now.